ਐਨਡੀਪੀ ਆਗੂ ਜਗਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਦੇ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਮੰਗ ਕੀਤੀ ਜਾ ਰਹੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਟੋਰਾਂਟੋ ਵਿੱਚ ਹਾਊਸਿੰਗ ਨੂੰ ਵਧੇਰੇ ਕਿਫਾਇਤੀ ਬਣਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਆਪਣੇ ਹਿੱਸੇ ਦਾ ਜੀਐਸਟੀ ਨਾ ਵਸੂਲੇ। ਉਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਇਹ ਵੀ ਆਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਨਵੇਂ ਕਿਫਾਇਤੀ ਘਰ ਤਿਆਰ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਕਿਰਾਏ ਦੇ ਘਰਾਂ ਦੇ ਨਿਰਮਾਣ ਵਾਸਤੇ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਜ਼ਮੀਨ ਦੀ ਵਰਤੋਂ ਕਰਨ ਜਾਂ ਪਹਿਲੀ ਵਾਰੀ ਘਰ ਖਰੀਦਣ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੰਨੀ ਰਾਹਤ ਤਾਂ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਵੱਲੋਂ ਦਿੱਤੀ ਜਾਣੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ। ਉਨ੍ਹਾਂ ਆਖਿਆ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਫੈਡਰਲ ਸਰਕਾਰ ਕੋਲ ਦਮਦਾਰ ਭੂਮਿਕਾ ਨਿਭਾਉਣ ਲਈ ਸਾਰੇ ਸਾਧਨ ਮੌਜੂਦ ਨੇ, ਪਰ ਲਿਬਰਲਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਅਜਿਹੇ ਵਿਅਕਤੀਆਂ ਜਾਂ ਕੰਪਨੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਤਰਜੀਹ ਦੇਣੀ ਬੰਦ ਕਰਨੀ ਹੋਵੇਗੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਲਈ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਦੀ ਥਾਂ ਆਪਣੀਆਂ ਜੇਬਾਂ ਭਰ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ।
The way rents are going up, they're not going to be able to find another place to rent. And they are having desperate conversations with loved ones that they're not going to be able to stay in the city where they've got friends, they've got families, they want to continue to stay in, but they simply can't afford it. It is getting to the point that people are saying we can't afford to live in our communities. We can't afford to stay in the city. And we've got a newly elected mayor who understands how serious this is, who is ready to do the work. Well, we've got a prime minister, Mr. Jadoo, who just announced that there's no additional funds for Toronto. That is a wrong decision. I think that's a wrong thing to say. And he is more caught up in finger pointing between the federal government and the provincial government, fight between Mr. Trudeau and Mr. Ford. And none of that helps the people of the city. We're calling for concrete action. While things have gotten worse while Mr. Trudeau has been in power, things have gotten more expensive while he has had the ability to make things better, things have gotten worse. And the Conservatives are proposing actions that are just going to put more money in the pockets of rich developers. What we're suggesting is we've got a path to actually build more homes that are affordable. We need to build more homes quickly that are within the budget of Torontonians, that people in the city can actually afford. To do that, we've got two concrete steps. There's many more that we need, but two concrete steps we could do right now. One is to waive the GST and HST on builds that meet the specific criteria of affordability so that families can actually afford it, so that people can actually afford to pay the rent there. That's one step. And the second is to guarantee that all federal land in municipalities like Toronto, all federal land in this city should be dedicated to building more affordable homes, not used for any other purpose, not sold off for any other purpose. To give an example, there was a property on Queens Quay that was going to be sold off to build high-cost luxury condos. We fought back with the help of Councillor Joe Cressy and said, no, this federal land should be used for affordable housing. And we won that fight. But it shouldn't be a fight. It should be common sense that any piece of federal land in a city like Toronto should be used towards building more affordable homes. So those are some concrete solutions that we're proposing. We're proposing solutions that'll work for the people of this city so they can find a home they can afford.
Whether you're looking at the housing crisis, it's not just a Toronto problem. You can go from Vancouver to Halifax and almost every small or medium-sized town in between, they have a crisis. Donating land, would that be enough, or should there be other measures put forward to help house people?
There's got to be a lot of measures put forward. We're proposing two concrete steps that can be taken immediately, but there needs to be a host of measures. What we're talking about is getting rid of or waiving the GST or HST, the federal portion, when it comes to builds that meet the definition of affordability and making sure all federal land is used to build affordable housing. Those are two steps, but we need many steps. A couple of examples of what's going on in Canada. We have in Canada one of the most serious housing shortages. We've got the lowest housing stock per capita of the G7 nations.